Hello, and welcome to another video. Today, I've got a Premodern deck to share with you. I wouldn't classify myself as a Premodern player, but this is the deck that I've been working with in the very little Premodern that I've played. This is one of the decks that my husband put together back when some of his friends were getting into Premodern, and he just wanted to have a variety of decks available for anyone to pick up and jam a few games whenever they want. So this is the one that I gravitated toward immediately. It's basically what I want to do in any format, at any given time. So yeah, I would love to show you what's in here, and then we can shuffle up and playtest for a bit. Alright, so as you can see right away, this is a Goblin deck. Right now I just have it arranged by mana value, though we are starting out with a very important creature. We've got Goblin Lackey. It is a single red for a 1/1 goblin. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may put a goblin from your hand onto the battlefield. So if it can get through, then you can just fast track one of your more expensive goblins out and really accelerate yourself, so really, really good. There's 4 of those. Skirk Prospector is a single red for a 1/1 goblin that allows you to sacrifice a goblin to add red mana to your mana pool. There's 2 of those. Mog Fanatic is a red mana for a 1/1 goblin that you can sacrifice to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. There's 2 of those. Goblin Sledder is a single red for a 1/1 goblin that allows you to sacrifice a goblin to give target creature +1/+1 until end of turn. Just 1 of those. Moving on to our 2 mana goblins. We've got Goblin Pile Driver, which is 1 and a red for a 1/2 with protection from blue, and whenever it attacks it gets +2/+0 until end of turn for each attacking goblin. We've got 4 of those. Next, we've got Goblin Tinkerer. It is 1 and a red for a 1/2 with an ability for a red and tap, destroy target artifact. That artifact deals an amount of damage equal to its casting cost to Goblin Tinkerer. Just 1 of those. Sparksmith is 1 and a red for a 1/1 that you can tap to have it deal X damage to target creature and X damage to you, where X is the number of goblins on the battlefield. Just 1 of him. Moving on to our 3 mana goblins. Gem Palm Incinerator has a cycling ability for 1 and a red that allows you to cycle it to have it deal damage equal to the number of goblins in play to target creature, or otherwise is just 2 and a red for a 2/1. So there's 3 of those. Next is Goblin Matron. It is 2 and a red for a 1/1. That when it enters, you may search your library for a goblin card and put it into your hand, then shuffle. So she goes and finds whatever goblin you need. And there are 4 of those. Goblin Warchief is 1 red for a 2/2. Goblin spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and goblins you control have haste. We've got 4 of those. Goblin Sharpshooter is 2 and a red for a 1/1. That doesn't untap during your untap step. But whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, you untap Goblin Sharpshooter, and he can tap to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. So, pretty good against other decks with a lot of 1/1s, because he can just mow them down. Or maybe finishing off creatures after combat. Anything really that just allows him to continuously tap and untap. Just 1 of those. Goblin King is 1 red for a 2/2. That gives all other goblins +1/+1 and Mountain Walk. Just 1 of him. Moving up to our 4 mana goblins, we've got Goblin Ringleader, which is 3 and a red for a 2/2 with haste. And when it enters, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all goblin cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library. There's 4 of those. And then our top end is Siege Gang Commander. It is 3 red for a 2/2. That creates 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens when it enters. And you can pay 1 and a red and sacrifice a goblin. It deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And there's 3 of those. The only non-goblin spell is Naturalize, which is 1 and a green for an instant to destroy target artifact or enchantment. For land, we've got Rishadan Port, which taps for a colorless, or pay 1 and a tap to tap target land. Carplusian Forest is our red-green pain land. Wooded Foothills and Bloodstained Mire are the fetch lands. Everything else is a basic mountain and 1 forest. So that is the deck. I'm gonna go shuffle this up, then I'll be back and we can try pulling some opening hands together. Alright, so everything's been shuffled. So without an opponent, I'm not sure how far it's reasonable to try and go. I feel like Premodern has a lot going on in the early turns. But we can at least pull a few hands and try and talk it out. Alright. So, nothing before turn 3, and quite a bit of damage coming from just our land, so I think I would throw this back. Alright. Yeah. I think we keep this. If we can connect with the Goblin Lackey, we've got Goblin War Chief or Goblin Matron. So, might depend on what we want to do there. But yeah. I think we would just lead with that and see what happens. We've even got the wooded foothills here if we wanted to get the forest for natural eyes. I know that would be a pretty big tell, but if they have something we need to destroy, then we might have to do that. If the lackey can't get through for damage, we need to think about our Goblin War Chief, though, which needs double red. So, depends on what we draw, I guess. A Mog Fanatic. Okay. So, we do have this if there is a 1 toughness creature on the other side of the board, if we need to clear a path for Goblin Lackey. Otherwise, there's Naturalize or Goblin Pile Driver. So, really kind of depends on what we're up against. Alright, let's try another one. Interesting. I mean, everything over here costs 3, which makes me want to say it's a bit slow, but we do have the Skirk Prospector here. And I think getting out something like the Goblin War Chief on turn 2 will bring things down quite a bit. And then we could follow up with another War Chief or Goblin Matron to load up our hand. We could go turn 1, cast the Prospector, we'll draw. Interesting. But I don't think that changes much quite yet. It's probably better to wait on that until we have haste. So let's get the War Chief out. And then we can kind of do whatever we need. We probably want to try and get Matron out there pretty quickly. Just imagining that everything is free and clear here, which it is probably not. We can get out the Matron. Maybe search up a Siege Gang Commander. Play the lackey and attack. Put the Siege Gang Commander into play. And yeah. Let's try one more hand, and then we can close out. Alright. Well, we've got 2 chances at getting a Siege Gang Commander out, so looks good to me. Turn 2. See if we can get in there. And if so, get the Siege Gang Commander out. play our land. Play our pile driver, and we're off to the races. So next turn, we're either attacking for a ton of damage, or we start throwing goblins for little bits of damage, or our opponent deals with us and we lose. But that will do it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today for a look around this Premodern Goblin deck. I am curious to know if Premodern is a format that you've been playing, or if it's something you're curious about. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.